Well, hello guys. Today we're doing a small initial look at this Trace Elliot Commando all-FET bass preamplifier. Or sorry, bass preamplifier it would be. Yeah, so this is one of these specials from eBay. Picked it up for, I think, £50 or something. Stated that it does work but has a loud hum, which is why I bought it, because we all know what loud hum means. So it's a bit corroded. You can see from the screws on top that it's been quite damp at some point, and judging by these covers here and these slightly loose bolts, I say somebody's been in it before. Otherwise it's a bit dirty, a bit corroded, but nothing that can't be cleaned up. Faceplate is nice and secure, and the ad it was off. Otherwise missing a knob, dirty as can be. And I have a sneaky suspicion that this might have been in some sort of institutional use. I'll slide it around and you'll get a better look. Well, here we're looking at the back. Nice, made in the UK Commando, 100 watts RMS, 200 watts peak. That's rather neat. I have no idea what that serial number, model number means, but if somebody knows, please put it down in the comments. Now, the institutional use. This weird thing here that goes on and on and on. I think, well, this leads me to believe that this hasn't been, how should we say, privately owned. Because see what comes out when I give it a bit of a tuck. Aha! So this thing, somebody's added a hole and this here cable, probably to lock it to something. So nice of them to include a small lock. Would have been nicer with the key, but oh well. Looks like some sort of Chinese master lock copy almost. I have no idea. Even labeled with D, whatever that means. Made in Taiwan, is it? But yeah, so we'll pop out the chassis and see what we can find. Lovely. So here we go. Took a bit to get it out. For anyone playing along at home, it goes out the back. Nothing particularly bad inside. Someone has definitely been in here. As you can see, I don't think the factory slathered thermal grease all over the innards of this thing. There's also this there thermal grease spot for thermal transfer to the chassis. Otherwise it's really well made. You see lots of Snubber capacitors everywhere. Yeah, and I have no idea what this is. Has to be probably the bias circuit, since it's from its own little transformer tap. Then we have the main bias. This is also where the windings are interconnected. So if you would want to switch the voltage of one of these, it's a matter of rearranging this. You have a primary winding here, and then you have the second primary here, and now they're in series, so you have phase coming in, neutral going out, and then they've just connected them in series to get a 230 volt setting. But if you wanted to change that to 150 volts, you would put these two windings in parallel. Why you would, I have no idea. This isn't a very collectible amplifier. There we can see Commando base, Trace Elliot Limited. From the design seems to be from 1995, and the PCB would be the 51st week of 97. So this amp is almost 25 years old. Nice clean layout, not very much to it. You have two honking power MOSFETs. Those are tip 31Cs and tip 32Cs, so I'm not sure if those are MOSFETs or just the regular transistors. Some more transistors switching. Not very much going on in these, actually. I'm curious to see how they sound, or how they sound rather. And this is really helpful. Like you don't get this stuff like set test point 1 to plus 21 volts DC. Then you have the adjustment trimmer. This is lovely. You don't get stuff like this anymore. Yeah, so we're going to go through the amp. I'm not sure if I will power it on or just, you know, do something else. We'll see. Yeah, and I also need to figure out something about the speaker connection, because it goes into there, that bad boy. So we can always use the connector for that. That's not a problem. It's a screw type connector, so no issue there. However, I need to pull the element and see what sort of impedance the stock element has, so we don't muck anything up. But otherwise, you know, fairly well made, I would say. Considering the age, I can't really see that. Oh, let's see. That little bad boy there might be starting to blow bottom side, but none of these caps look really bad. But it can be hard to tell. These are the ones with the... There are split inside, generally like those, but they add this little plastic cup on top. I don't know, for isolation maybe. So I'm just going to like go through it and get rid of all the old caps, since they did say that it works. So I think we're going to start with that. No point in like... These are, however, almost 25-year-old caps. Let's see if we can see the date on those. Samwa, okay, semi-known brand, not the best. 63 volt, 4700 microfarad, 85C. I generally replace everything with 105 C rated caps, just because, you know, longevity. And the other one is identical. And there's a buttload of these small bad boys, like those. But otherwise, except from that thermal grease slattered just about everywhere, clean that off, but I don't think we'll find anything interesting lurking below all that. Just think somebody made a mess of it. So yeah, but otherwise it's a really clean design. You know, you can pull the main MOSFETs from the aluminum extrusion that holds the board. Actually, you can probably just unbolt that thing and it will just all come off. Otherwise, not quite sure what's going on under there. I'll let you guys in for a sneak peek. Yeah, there's the main rectifier, probably okay. I'm not really sure why they put this god-awful amount of shielding here, like this plate here, but well, you never know why somebody did something at some point. But yeah, clean amp. So you just basically need new caps and a clean. Interesting enough, first of all, this what do you call it? It's not Tolex, but this carpeting that they put on, it has green fibers woven into it, which is a bit funny. So they're going for the black and green Trace Elliot stuff even there. But look at that plywood. Like this isn't cheap plywood. And they use some sort of fiberboard inside here. And then there goes the speaker connection. And here's the connector I was talking about. So no big deal. Just pop that off, put in a dummy load or something, and we'll see. But generally I think it's a rather clean amplifier. Let's hope we can get it going. Okay, see you in part 2.